Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, welcome to another episode, and we're gonna be giving you a reaction to Jamaica versus Panama. Now, for those who haven't been paying attention, Jamaica was thrashed by 4-1 in their final game of the 2025 Gold Cup. What this means is Guatemala advanced through to the next round along with Panama. Panama, obviously, they'll top the zone on 9 points, and Guatemala, they'll finish second on 6 points. Coming into this game, the Jamaican team needed to at least avoid defeat and hope that the Guatemala team lost or drew against Guadeloupe. That was not the case, because straight off the bat, Jamaica was abysmal. The first 20 minutes, Jamaica was down 2-0, and by the 45th minute, it was 3. So I don't know. I don't know how to put it, because Jamaica going into the half at 3-1, I think it's unacceptable. And I know folks will come out and they'll say the coach and they'll say a few of the players. It's been the same story over and over again. In one instance, we've been calling for the coach. We've switched 4 or 5 coaches over the last 4 years, and yet the football has still been underwhelming. It has still been uninspiring, and we don't know the direction in which Jamaica's football is heading. Going into the World Cup qualifiers in a couple of months, I don't think these performances have inspired any confidence in the Jamaican fans, and I don't think any of the fans will want to be going to the national stadium on the back of this performance to support the Reggae Boys. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll have the die-hearted fans who will support the Reggae Boys regardless of the quality of football they're playing. But if you're trying to get new fans to come out, this is not it. Jamaica needed to avoid defeat, and if they wanted their fate to be decided by them, they needed to come out swinging in this game. I didn't see it. I don't know what's happening with the Reggae Boys, to be honest. And even going into a group where we'll be playing Bermuda and Trinidad and Tobago and Curacao, you're not confident. And I did a video a couple of weeks ago where I said the Jamaican team will qualify for the World Cup, and now I feel like it's tongue-in-cheek, because the kind of look dark right now. Kind of look dark. Like, I may very well have to do another video to retract my statement, and hopefully I don't have to. But I think Steve McLaren and his team, his coaching team, they're not getting it right. And I know, had it been Theodore Whitmore, the Jamaican fans would come out and they'd crucify him. So I want you to be critical of the performances of the team at the Gold Cup. I want you to be critical of the coach and the decision making. Obviously, this evening we saw he made a quick tweak, and it very well may have resulted in a goal, with Dexter Lembikisa going forward, getting the ball across, and Amari Bell getting on the end of it to get Jamaica back into the game. At the time it was 2-0. Jamaica got that one back, made it 2-1, and within a few minutes it was back to 3-1. The game ultimately ended 4-1 in favor of Panama, but at no point in time, although Jamaica was having more shots, Panama were in trouble. They allowed Jamaica to have the ball. They allowed Jamaica to take their shots, but they allowed Jamaica to take these shots in areas that wouldn't hurt their team. Panama, they had 8 shots this evening. 4 of those shots were on target, and guess what? The 4 that were on target all ended up in the back of the net. Jamaica had 15 shots, 5 on target, and only 1 ended up in the back of the net. And I'll do a more comprehensive player rating maybe tomorrow, where I'll break down some of the brighter players on the team. But in general, I think the Reggae Boys need to do better. The inconsistencies in the performances, the bright moments, not enough. Not enough. We want consistency right across the board. And if we are to go to the World Cup, if we're to make it to another World Cup, consistency is key. Right? I think this is one of the games where you're watching it and we didn't see where it was going to come from. We didn't see where it was going to come from. It didn't look as if a breakthrough was coming. And when Kaheem Dixon came onto the pitch, we had a little bit of hope because of the direction where we saw that he was headed in. Right? He looked as if he wanted something from the game. He looked hungry. And that's the sort of hunger we want to see in these players. We weren't seeing it. We weren't seeing it for the best part of maybe 70 minutes or so. I don't know what's happening, and I know there will be YouTubers, there will be folks in the comment section, there will be folks on social media calling for the coach to be sacked, or calling for the administration to change, or calling for all these different things they'll be calling for. But we need to identify what the real problem is. We need to identify what the real problem is, because I can't seem to put my finger on it. We've changed coach 4 or 5 times and the problem still persists. Is it the Jamaica Football Federation? Are they the ones making the decisions and the coach is just the one at the front or in the firing line? I don't know. But these are questions that will automatically come about, because we haven't changed a whole lot of the players. Maybe it's the players, who knows? The core of the team is still there. The core of the team has been around for a couple of years now. So there are a few players in the national team that they have formed the core over the last 3 years or so. As I mentioned, the coaches have changed. We've had multiple coaches, but it's the same sad story. Mind you, a few years ago, we were at the Goldcup final. We were competing for the Goldcup, for the actual Goldcup trophy. We ended up being relegated to the semi-final. And even that in and of itself was good, because we were motivated, we were inspired, we're still very close to the pinnacle. We're still very close to the top. After that, we ended up at the quarterfinal. And now, we're exiting at the group stages. So, basically, the direction that is headed in now, what next? Not qualifying for the Gold Cup any at all? It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I'll do the player ratings, as I said. I'll do the player ratings because a couple players, I will be talking about them, and I will be talking about the atrocious performance that they gave, the abysmal performance. Awful, like disgraceful. Casey Palmer getting a start, doesn't really get too many starts. And this is what he made of it. Gave away a penalty, and sloppy play in midfield resulted in Panama scoring that 4th goal. So 2 of the 4 goals that Jamaica conceded on the night were as a result of Casey Palmer's poor judgment. Is that down to Casey Palmer? Or is that based on the coach's decisions and the tactics? Or asking him to play in a way that maybe isn't to his strong suit? I don't know. But look out for that video, folks. I'll be doing a comprehensive player rating of all the Jamaican players that played in that game against Panama. Remember, share your thoughts below this video. Halftime TV here is saying like, share, subscribe, and let us know what your reactions are to Jamaica versus Panama. Disgraceful performance. 4 goals to 1. Jamaica didn't have a fighting chance. Strangled. Guatemala got their business done, and Jamaica failed to lay a glove on Panama. Halftime TV here saying again, remember, we'll talk, take care of yourself, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time.